Hello, folks, and welcome. First and foremost, I'm joined by my good buddy and former lingerie model, CJ. So say hello to everyone, CJ.
Hello.
And
How's
he,
it
of
going?
course, shares an interest in UFOs. I wanted to start a series about UFOs because I do find the subject very fascinating. My background has been very technical, being an electronics tech in the Navy for 6 years, where I specialize in crypto, UHF, and radar. And fun fact, did you know radar is an acronym, CJ?
Really? Didn't
Yeah,
even know. See
yeah,
that?
there you
Learn
go.
something new.
Radio detection and ranging. So, yeah, there you go. All right,
Pretty nice.
yeah. So from there, I spent most of my career in the aerospace sector, including a 7 year stint at Raytheon, where I worked on what is called the AT FLIR program. The AT FLIR is an infrared targeting pod that attaches to the F 18 Hornet. And if you've seen some of the videos online with the Navy pilots and their footage of these UFOs, that's what it's on, the AT FLIR. So, on to the meat of things because I know CJ likes meat.
Mm, love it.
All right. There have been quite a few arguments over whether UFOs or even aliens, for that matter, actually exist. And I approach things from a very scientific point of view, even though I do get silly in a lot of my videos. But meaning that
Always.
I look at facts and evidence and make an informed decision based on them. I know that there's some interesting stuff out there, and there's some clever, not so clever pieces of fake quote evidence. So, CJ, I imagine you've seen some of that. As some of the stuff you've seen been like, you're like, okay, this is like obviously faked, or like some of them you're like, oh, this is looks like it could be real or whatever.
Well, there's some videos that I've seen that are pretty much fake, but I mean, I've maybe a couple that I've seen that I feel like could be real.
Hmm. Yeah, like
And yeah, it's
a lot of
yeah.
the ones I've seen from like the Navy, those are ones that are particularly genuine. But we'll put a dog ear in that page, and we'll kind of circle back to that. So the first thing that I think we got to cover is, do aliens exist? Uh,
Good question.
I know because I only ask the good ones.
Always.
Yeah. Now, there's a position amongst a lot of people that this is impossible, that we're just alone in the universe. And I showed you a couple things yesterday that make what they say actually the more improbable thing. One, I'll put a picture up there where it was pretty recent. It was the largest picture ever taken, and it was of our neighbor galaxy Andromeda. They took a section of that. It's like a 4 something gigabyte photo. It's huge, but within that, you saw millions of stars.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah. And then you got to see the picture of Andromeda. So you got to see a galaxy, the galaxy as a whole. So,
Right.
and
It
then,
was beautiful though.
yeah, it is. And that's what I find really fascinating. Just astronomy in general is just fascinating because there's just so much wonder and awe in it. Um, so the next thing I showed you was that Hubble deep field image, like where I told you they peered into like just kind of what looked like probably the darkest little spot in the sky for like 3 or 4 months. They pointed the Hubble there. Remember that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
okay. That was the one where you saw like 1,000 galaxies in that picture. So just remember, each freaking star is its own solar system, and not every solar system, but each one has a possibility of having planetary life forms on that. So the numbers would be in the trillions of just how many galaxies are out there, how many stars are within the galaxies, how many planets are in there. There's just so many possibilities that I think I think it would be folly to suggest that there isn't intelligent life out there besides ours.
Right.
So yeah, that was like one of the coolest images that I saw that really kind of put things into perspective because like for the most part when we're down here we see only stars looking up and that's what forms a lot of our constellations. And
Right.
then, NASA used the Hubble telescope to peer into that hole like it was some freaking cosmic fleshlight. And we see this, thousand galaxies, and so it's amazing, and it's a cool freaking photo. So
Yeah, it is pretty amazing.
yeah. So amongst all these possibilities that are out there, it's another matter entirely that there are civilizations advanced enough for space travel. Uh, I mean, if you look at humanity, us, I'll even include you in humanity as well, CJ.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, the farthest we've gone to as far as space travel, at least humans, like just human travel, not the other crafts that have gone outside. The farthest we've gone is the moon. That's it. And here's another fun fact for you. Uh, the space between the Earth and the moon, you could actually fit all the planets.
That's nuts. That's
That,
crazy.
that is nuck and futz.
It
Uh,
really is.
but I mean that's how far away the moon actually is from us, and also I have a problem with our moon not having a proper name. Like you get freaking Deimos, Europa, Charon, all these really cool names for all these moons for other planets. We just call her the moon.
Yeah, it's pretty basic. I mean,
It's
they
yeah,
could have thought of a better name.
it's worse than that. I mean, why not give it a proper name like Lua, like a Warframe, or Kevin? I don't know.
Something.
Yeah, so if you're watching this, Neil deGrasse Tyson, please get on that. Anyway, as far
Right.
as as for as advanced as we are, though, our crafts, could only travel in the thousands of miles per hour. But actually, it was fairly recent. We've gotten better about it because we had uh, the the Parker Solar Probe hit over 394,000 miles an hour, and what that did, it was doing like slingshot stuff, and it was going towards the sun. So of course that helped going towards the sun. So anyway, that's still a far cry from what it would need to even reach Alpha Centauri, which Alpha Centauri is the star that's nearest to us. Um, so the speed of light is 186,000 miles per second, and traveling at that speed still would take over 4 years.
That's a long time.
It is. So any advanced civilization would either have to achieve light speed and travel for a very long time, or possess another means of propulsion, or make use of things like wormholes, which we're just kind of, we think they can exist, but we don't know exactly for certain. We just done them like in a quantum computer and stuff. So then there's the issue of scale as well, which this kind of ties into that. Even within our own galaxy, no shit, it would take over 52,000 years to cross at the speed of light, and that's just our galaxy.
Dude, that's just holy fuck.
I know, it's ridiculous in that we have this great sense of speed and everything here, and it's just like it just isn't enough because the universe is so vast. So
Right.
uh, and now you remember all the millions and billions of stars just in one galaxy, and now those thousands of millions of galaxies that are out there, that, okay, even within, if it was just within our own galaxy, uh, if they were on the other side, it could take them thousands of years to get here.
Right, you never know.
Yeah. But so they would have to possess some, I guess, pun intended, otherworldly technology to traverse this, and or have the time that they could do these 1,000-year missions. So also they're seeing the same thing as well, is that even within our galaxy, millions if not billions of stars, and then other galaxies as well, which ones do you look at? Which star do you go to?
Right, there's just so many.
Yeah, there's just so many. So they're having to find a needle in a haystack as well. Um, the next issue is timeline, and it is possible. Let's say if there was another alien civilization that did visit us, we still may not have known about that, because what if it happened thousands of years ago before humans could record? Or what if it happened before there were even humans? They saw this place, they just saw these big walking lizards, said nope, put it in reverse, and and just
All right, that's a possibility.
yeah. So that's the thing, is that they no one's really going to know what the course of a planet is, throughout its evolution of life on there, and like, hey, is this something worth revisiting? So maybe we did get visited. Are we worth revisiting? So that's one thing in itself. So uh, now, what are your thoughts on aliens existing, or just intelligent life that could do stuff?
Well, pretty much what you said earlier. I really think there's a possibility because
Mm,
no one really knows what's actually out there because, of course, we've never been out that far.
right.
And they basically could have the best technology than we have. We can only go to the moon. I mean, it could take
Mm,
us 100 or maybe 1,000 years to even get there.
yeah.
Like you said, it's it's very possible.
Yeah, and it's like, if we want to even traverse our own galaxy, it's just we have to have a very long time frame. Like, we just start expanding, or we develop a technology like some Star Trek or Star Wars stuff, to where we can go beyond light speed because we're bending space time.
Like a wormhole.
Yeah, yeah, something like that as well. That'd just be even better. So,
Right. Like
uh,
that movie,
like which movie?
Interstellar.
Oh yeah, that was a trippy ass movie.
Dude, it was.
I liked it though. It
But
was it was good,
yeah,
but it was weird. It was bizarre. I think some things could have been connected better, but I'd say overall it was pretty good. Like, scientifically, I think they kind of did a lot of stuff right.
yeah.
Did you ever see The Martian?
Yes.
That's, I think, probably the most scientifically accurate movie.
I've watched it one time, but I didn't like it.
Yeah, there were two issues I had with it. So one was, there was a like windstorm, and that's what caused the shit to go down on Mars.
Yeah,
But the air is so thin there, it wouldn't be doing that.
right.
Yeah, so that wouldn't happen. The second, it was like this big revelation. Oh, what if we do this thing called a slingshot? Like, we've been doing that for years. It's like, why is this some new revelation? We've been doing that for ever since we've been launching stuff to other planets. But oh well. Anyway, yeah, I'm on the page that, yeah, I think there is some intelligent life out there. In fact, there's probably lots of it. Uh, oh,
Right.
here. Oh wait, I already covered the. They may visit us in the past or whatever. But anyway, the next, UFOs. I know we talked about it. So they they've gone away from trying to label them as UFOs now and just name them UAP, Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, versus Unidentified Flying Object. And I think part of the reason they did is because UFO became too synonymous with alien spacecraft. And
Yeah.
that's not what it is. I mean, if I were to, you know, like I got this freaking little speaker here. If I took this, and anyone who's watching, if I took this, threw it at you, and it went by your head, and you didn't know what it was, you're like, what the hell was that? To you, that was an unidentified flying object. That's what they are by definition. They're unidentified, they're flying, and you don't know what the hell it is. So,
Right. Pretty much.
so on to if there have been UFOs here that we know about. Now this is
Yes.
the thing that um, has been, the big fascination. So we both agree that there's the possibility of, and you can see why they would probably take an interest in us because we're these, hairless apes that just like to go around and fuck up our own planet and kill each other. So, I mean,
Pretty
maybe
much.
they
Yeah.
saw that and they're like, nope, put it in reverse. I don't know. But, yeah, I do believe there's a lot of bogus stuff out there. I believe that there are some stuff. I'll show some videos overlaid with this, like what is called the gimbal video. That's the one we talked about. That's from the one of the ones from the Navy F-18. Now, having known that system and having worked on it for years, my conclusion of that was that this is something that is functioning properly, and what is being tracked on there, I don't know what it is. Honestly, don't know what it is. That doesn't say it's
Right.
alien. This could be some technology from somewhere else. It could be some private, thing, whatever. Uh, but I don't know what it is. The pilots sure didn't know what the hell it is. That raises
Yeah.
some that raises some curiosity things. I mean, I think it's good that the stuff is getting out there, um,
Right.
because on one side of the coin, I can see the benevolence approach of, like, some governments saying, well, we don't want let people to know because it could freak them out. But I think they just kind of use that as a just kind of a
Excuse.
catch-all phrase. Yeah, because they're dicking with us. So, because like, let's say if they did, and again, we don't know, whole Roswell and all this stuff. And so this is stuff we could go into in future videos, like some of these other instances, like Roswell, some of the F-18 stuff, all these other encounters. We'll go through these, but uh, if they are keeping some stuff and rumored at Area 51 and stuff. Oh, one we have to talk to. We have to talk about the whole Bob Lazar thing at some point too. So you're gonna like this. So
Yeah. Mm.
yeah, so if, let's say, a government does have some stuff, especially one like the U.S., they're going to like to hoard technology and not tell anybody about it, and that's just how they are by nature. So, I mean, it still leaves us exactly where we are. We just don't know because the sufficient evidence that proves conclusively that anything of alien origin is visiting us, we do not have.
Right. Now,
So,
see, it'd be good to know the truth instead of being lied to all the time. You
right,
know?
because right now at this point, if there was something here, then well, yeah. No, I agree with you. I was going to go off on something else, but it kind of circles back around to it, and then and yeah, I agree with that because if it's for, let's say, some purposes of hoarding technology, then yeah, I think that's a very terrible reason to hide information from us. It's like I understand why they do, but I don't like it. And
Right.
and right now, I think especially with all the stuff with like all the flat earth stuff going on as well, if this stuff was acknowledged and proven, then now you can start smashing all these backwards beliefs that are still being held because in their mind the sufficient evidence isn't there, and something like
Right.
this would
Right.
be like, okay, well, here you go. And they're,
Right. It'd be so much better.
I know. So anyway, what else you got to say about that?
There ain't much to say, but I'm pretty sure I'll think of something when we do another video.
Yeah, and we'll pick some specific ones, but this is one that I know we wanted to to get out there and say, hey, you know what, we want to take a more active approach and like, exploring this stuff. And maybe bringing it to more people. We both have an interest, and I have some technical background which may shed some light on stuff, maybe not,
Yeah, at least
or
a little bit.
yeah. And it's also just fun to talk about too, and just kind of fun to explore because I mean you have to think about it. If aliens visited here, it'd be freaking rad.
It would. I mean, I would love to know.
Yeah, and it's like because I mean you've probably imagined like, okay, what do they look like if there was something here, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's like my mind swims with all sorts of things, mostly porn, but
Uh, don't forget the one most important thing.
oh
These nuts.
yes, he's so
Always.
by the way, viewers, CJ is a master at the soundboard on Discord when we're playing
Oh,
games and
yes.
stuff. Yeah, so it's basically his job because he's better than everyone else at it. So anyway, I don't think I have too much more to add. That's a good, I think, introduction to all of this. You have anything else you want to add, CJ?
No, but thanks for having me on this video. I like talking about this stuff. I love space. I like talking about everything and learning about something new.
No, oh, you're going to get learnt. You're going to get learnt
Oh, yeah.
good. All right,
Oh, I
well,
sure am.
all right, well, thank you for joining me, CJ. I do appreciate it. And
No
for
problem.
the viewers out there, if you would like to see more videos, please suggest which ones that you would like us to cover, uh, like various incidences that have happened or videos. We can go through them and we can make stupid soundboard sounds out of it and whatever else.
All the time.
Yeah, so we'll do all sorts of things. So please like and subscribe because things like this I'd like to be doing, full time. CJ as well, and so maybe we could do,
Yes.
a very long standing series of this and just science in general. So thank you again, folks, and take care.
Take care.